Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we're unboxing the new Elgato Wave 3 microphone. It's Groovy Tony, y'all. Smash that like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Let's jump in and let's unbox this bad boy. Y'all, this is the new Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Amazing, super cool features. We're gonna get into a few of them today. But my main thing today is I want to test this microphone's audio versus the Quadcast HyperX microphone. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my HyperX microphone. It is a great microphone. It is fantastic. I enjoy it thoroughly. However, the Elgato Wave 3 is a more vocal direct microphone. It's more for talking, podcasting, gaming, recording right in front of your microphone, where this kind of gives you the option to choose what kind of audio is coming in. Whether you're doing an interview, there'll be two people talking, whether you want to capture the whole room, just your voice, you get those adjustments in the back of the Quadcast HyperX microphone. You will not be seeing those particular options in Elgato. However, you will be seeing other ones that are also beneficial. If the Quadcast HyperX is so great, why this microphone? Why get the Elgato Wave 3? Well, there's a couple reasons for me. One is the free software that Elgato provides with it allows for something incredible in this particular microphone. With the software and the switches on the microphone, you can actually control different audio mixes at the same time and have different outputs for different reasons at the same time. So for example, if I had this microphone and I was using it during a live stream and I wanted to listen to a certain song, but I didn't want to put the song in a live stream for copyright reasons, I can plug my headphones into the microphone, choose what you hear on the stream and choose what audio you receive, while at the same time controlling a different audio that is that song that I want to hear directly into my headphones, where you won't receive that audio but I will, and vice versa. I could monitor my stream and monitor different audios at the same time. It's a streamer's dream. It's really fantastic. The other reason I'm getting this is because I want to start using the microphones more for reaction videos, and I get really excited for reaction videos. The Elgato Wave 3 has this technology called Clip Guard enabled on it, and this prevents you from clipping in your audio. So like when I get excited and I scream, instead of it spiking and getting red and getting distorted and me having to either not use the audio or use funky audio, the clip guard built into the Elgato Wave 3 helps prevent that and take care of that before it even happens. So the Wave 3 box, and then of course the Elgato box within a box. Ooh, let's see what's in here. Okay. Oh. Well, look at this. We got a little instructions. Ooh, what's in here? Oh. Okay, you got your USB-C to USB-A cable. Oh, and this might be important later, depending on where we're gonna need to put our microphone. However, we do have our USB-C to USB-A in box. And I'm sorry I'm talking a lot and I'm talking fast. I'm just really excited about this and I think it's so cool. All right, let's get in. Oh, look where it is. It's in its own little bag too. That's so cute. It does have the Elgato sticker seal right on the bag, which I do enjoy because it helps alleviate a lot of my stress. This is definitely... So here we have our brand new microphone on its weighted stand. Let's give them a little side by side. You're gonna see the Elgato, the slimmer, little tinier profile, more compact. This is a really great weighted bottom. The one in the HyperX is a little weighted, but not so much so as this Elgato one is. Super easy to screw on and off of the stand whenever you want to. And then of course there are extenders for the stand itself. So for one, we have our control buttons right here. You're gonna see the notch This actually allows you to click. When you click this notch, it lets you choose whether you're adjusting the audio that's coming out of the microphone, whether you're adjusting the audio that's coming into your headphones because you're monitoring, or whether you want to switch between channels in your mixer, because again, you can set up different audio channels to go different places with the software that Elgato gives you with this microphone. Absolutely incredible. Now, you're not going to get the option to switch between different vocal patterns and vocal frequencies and surroundings like the HyperX. However, you're going to get different options that the HyperX doesn't even have, like that mixer option and that monitor audio control. Essentially, this full control for everything that you're doing. It's absolutely incredible, considering that most of what we do on YouTube is going to be very head-on. I don't always need to capture the audio around the room, but when I do, we will save the HyperX specifically for those occasions. But I think that this might be the bad boy right here that we get into. Now, let's check out the pop filter. I love this pop filter that Elgato has for the Wave 3. I feel like it's definitely going to help with the plosives, because it's definitely a stronger material than most other pop filters. Let's move the little sticker again. We just have this better quality screen. I can't even squeeze these together, where when I look at this, this is like a flimsy pop filter here. I don't even know, can you guys even see it? Yeah, you can. This is like a flimsy pop filter here. This is a very sturdy, like metal mesh net that you can't necessarily get through. And it's great because Elgato does it so that it just clips right on. You just slide it right onto your microphone and there it is, ready to go, ready to use. Ooh. I did get a shock mount. I'm not using a boom arm right now, but I did get a shock mount just in case. You can actually attach it right to the stand. So just for the purpose of this video, we're going to attach it, see what it looks like, get the whole system together, and then start testing that audio. I did get my brother this microphone also, so I've seen the shock mount and some of the software in action, which is why I feel so comfortable talking about the software as well. I can tell you that this is a genuinely awesome and great product. And I like that the shock mount is extremely sturdy and strong. You can tell just by opening it. But I love that it actually just attaches right to the stand in case you don't have and or don't plan on using a boom arm. To change this out, it's very straightforward. You use these little notches on the sides and just unscrew in opposite directions. Eventually they fully come out and you can remove your mic and add accessories as you wish. So I've taken off the screws. I can now just pop out that microphone. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pop it into place with this pop filter and freaking shock mount together. Now, the shock mount is gonna have these little grooves that fit right into where the pop filter and the microphone are. Now that I've done that, what I'm gonna actually do is, instead of using this field goal looking thing, I'm gonna screw the shock mount right into the microphone with the same screws that we just used. Now that it's attached to the shock mount, what I will do is, again, let me just place this right here for now. Remove this field goal-like piece. And the shock mount actually has an adapter piece inside so that you can attach it to a regular boom arm or use a thinner screw like this one to attach it directly to a stand. Now, seeing them stand side by side, you're going to see that the Elgato is actually providing a much smaller, more clean-cut, more precise little location. We have a little area. It's not a giant profile. It's not taking up too much room. Not that the HyperX is taking up a huge amount of room, like it's like, but it is definitely bigger because you're using an external pop filter It's a little bit flimsier. You're not going to get as much filtration, and you're going to just have an all-around, bigger, all-encompassing setup. Now, one thing that both do have, okay, well, the Elgato has an extremely long wire. That's incredible. Wow. And it feels very sturdy. One thing that they both have is a touch-sensitive mute button at the top. Those are touch sensitive. They are not actual buttons, and I think that's really cool. We have our Elgato set up. We're going to test audio. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move this HyperX audio all the way to the bottom, turn on this HyperX, and then I'm going to use a lot of P's when I record this audio for testing, just so we can test the plosives and see this pop filter as well. I'm going to keep them both the same distance. So we're going to test the HyperX, the Quadcast HyperX microphone first. I'm going to go from the lowest volume setting up to the highest. Then we're going to switch over to the Elgato and go from there. Now I'm going to make sure that they're both on the same audio rhythm, cardioid, so that we could get just the vocals. Okay, perfect. So let's test this audio. Test, 1, 2, 3. Testing that pop filter, making sure that popping doesn't properly occur because we are being protected. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just talking. Let's go volume up. We're increasing the volume. Pop, pop. Increase that volume. So this is the HyperX. This is the audio on the HyperX. This is as high as that audio goes when it's receiving. Let's bring it back down. This is a little bit of a lower volume. I'm keeping my same vocal and I'm keeping the same distance. We'll go back up again. Pop, 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 parapper the rapper. Okay, so that was that audio for the HyperX. Let me save that and then we'll start with the new Elgato. Instantly it turns on. We have this incredible smaller profile. It is letting me know right away that what I'm monitoring here with this little volume button is actually the headphone audio from the monitor sensor. So if I plug in headphones here and I want to monitor what I'm saying or monitor one of the mixers, one of the channels, I would use this little notch here to control that volume. I can click this button. I just switched to the mixer. See, I'm on the last channel. Click it again, and this actually controls the volume of the microphone and the audio going in, kind of how I was doing with the bottom of the HyperX. But it's actually right in front of you on the Elgato. So I'm gonna put the volume all the way down, and then we're gonna do an Elgato test. Again, I wanna have them in the same distance as each other. That's where the HyperX was. And we're gonna start at the lowest volume, and the test starts in 3, 2, 1. So this is the audio for the Elgato. This is the Wave 3 at the lowest volume setting. Let's go up a little bit. And I'm gonna go just up 1, and we're gonna test this pop filter versus that one. Explosions and sprays and pop, 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 pop. Let's go up again in the volume. I'm up at 2. Let's pop, pop, pop on up. Volume up. We're at 3. Pop, pop, pop. I'm gonna go to the maximum. Now this is that same Elgato Wave 3 at the maximum audio receiving piece of the microphone. So it is receiving the highest volume that it can receive right now. I've put that all the way up to the max. I did the same with the HyperX, so you should be getting a clean comparison. Granted, even though I'm loud here, because of clip guard from Elgato, I can scream and it still should not clip for me. What I will do though, for ease of listening and for all of our ears, is I will bring this audio down to about halfway, maybe not even a little less than halfway. This is at 3 notches in the audio volume. Test, test, test. Pop it cause you pop it. Oh, pop, pop, pop. Okay, so that should be an adequate test of the audio for you. Pop filter. Let's check it one more time. All right, let's stop this. Now, granted, this is, oh, I've made a mess here. Okay, let's do that. This is my first time doing this test and testing both of these audios. So I'm actually going to be hearing it right now, listening to it in real time, even though you guys have probably already heard it in the video. Let me just grab my headphones. All right, so you guys have given it a listen because I added it to the video as I was recording. I have not given it a listen yet, so I'm going to give this a listen with you guys. Let me see what we think here. Where do they go? Oh, okay. HyperX, let's try that first. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I was so ridiculous during tests. What was I even saying? But let's get to it. Let's get to the results. Wow, that was incredible. You guys just heard it in real time. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. In my opinion, the Elgato Wave 3 absolutely slayed the game. The low audio, the low volume when it was at its lowest was actually lower than the HyperX, yet somehow more clear. As far as the pop filter, I feel like there was a little bit less from the HyperX, but I feel like they were both working very well. They both were doing a pretty good job at filtering, but audio levels, oh my God. All right, so at the lowest low, the Elgato was clearer, right? As we start to get higher on the HyperX, and this is the pro and con of that HyperX. The con of having so much openness, because remember, this is a direct microphone, it's just for your voice, right? The HyperX was fantastic. However, as I started going up in volume when I was speaking, even the slightest bit, I started picking up white noise from the room, just like static and just noise from the room itself, because it is a bigger room. It's not treated. So it was picking up those artifacts around the room instantly as I was increasing the volume. I did notice that right away, where with the Wave 3, as I gradually increased the volume, I didn't notice the room's white noise or artifacts are coming into the audio until a little bit later. We were getting close to the peak of its audio. And with that being said, the Elgato Wave 3 took my voice and amplified it, made it louder, and made it center stage the whole time. And just like the low of the Elgato was lower than the HyperX, but clearer, the loud on the Elgato Wave was much louder. Like, it was a significant difference. It's why I was listening, monitoring on the headphones, and I was just like, my eyes opened wide, because it was like, holy crap, that's a huge difference between the two. This is just so sensitive at picking up what's right in front of it, which is your vocals, and its range is so perfect for when you're speaking into it that it really captures the audio and really fine tunes it for you. That was really great. The clip guard worked great when I yelled. Yeah, it's still like, oh my God, my ears, but it didn't get distorted. The clip guard works really great in the Elgato Wave 3. That is really fantastic. All in all, the Wave 3 picked up less room audio than the Quadcast did. It got clearer, lower lows, and definitely louder, higher highs on the Wave 3 than we did on the HyperX by Quadcast. Still love this microphone. This is gonna go back to that, like, for what I'm gonna be doing going forward right now, the Wave 3 is going to be perfect. I'm not going to be conducting as many interviews. It's not myself with a few other people on YouTube, so I don't need all the audio channels open, capturing omnidirectional audio paths. I need something a little bit more straightforward. It's going to pack more bang for the buck, and the Wave 3 is doing that. If you're going to have multiple people in a session and you don't have multiple microphones, maybe the Quadcast HyperX is good for you because you can open that audio range and capture more of the room. The downside is when you are by yourself, just how we saw here, you're going to capture more room artifacts and more white noise from the room that you don't want to capture when you're just recording on your own. All in all, both microphones are great, but I'm going to have to give it to the Elgato on this audio test. It absolutely slayed. Mind you, we have not gotten into the software that Elgato provides you once you get this microphone. We have not even touched upon the software that allows you to mix different tracks, monitor different mixes, monitor different channels, and and choose which channel your audience hears versus the channel that you hear, and have full control over that. Elgato provides that with the free software that they provide on Elgato's website. It talks a little bit about it on the box. I'm gonna make sure I link the Elgato website. It talks a little bit about the mixing software that they use, but it's absolutely incredible. Again, I haven't used it firsthand, but I've seen it in use and it works incredibly well. Now, I just got the mic, so we haven't even started using it. What I wanna do is keep you guys updated. So maybe in about a week or two of actually fully using this microphone and actually using the mixing software, I'm gonna come back to you and update this review and let you guys know how I'm feeling about it. Again, all in all right now, audio preference, I'm going with the Wave 3, unless I need to capture all of the audio in the room, for which then the HyperX would definitely win. But as far as audio power, audio concentration, and clean, clear, crisp vocals, the Wave 3 is the way to go. If I had my headphones plugged into the Wave 3 and I wanted to monitor my own output, I could click the button and it switches to the headphones, and I can monitor that and even increase or decrease the volume in that. Lastly, again, once I use that mixer software and I'm not live now, so it won't make sense. I can switch over to that mixer and choose what channel I'm on and what channel you're receiving. Absolutely incredible, all built into this device and the incorporated software. Now, of course, like I said, we have that tap to mute just to show you up top. You give it a tap, that button turns red, lets you know, hey, we're on mute now, no one can hear us. Give it another tap. It's not a button, don't press, give it a tap. Bam, it is right back on, popping, ready to go. The HyperX also has a tap to mute, very useful. The whole thing turns red when it, it's on. The whole thing turns red when it is on. When you tap to mute it, the whole thing turns off. I like this, it's a little bit more subtle, but a little bit more direct. You mute it, it's red, hey, I'm on mute. You unmute it, it's lit up like, hey, you can use me. Love it, very straightforward. Really excited with what Elgato is doing for creators. Like, content creators can really flourish with Elgato and their products. Right now, we're using the new Elgato ring light. I just unboxed it. Make sure you check out that unboxing video. So when you like and subscribe on this video, ring the bell so that you know when I post more. Elgato is fantastic. We have this ring light, works great, looks great, makes me look good. And now we have this great, beautiful microphone, which we just put to the test. All things aside, just the audio alone, it's absolutely incredible. And as you heard me yell in the microphone, with that clip guard, you can go all out. So now when I make reaction videos, I can get super excited and not have to worry about editing that audio later on. Freaking incredible. I love it. This is the Elgato Wave 3. You just unboxed it here with me, along with the pop filter and the shock mount. Great pieces of technology, work so well together, work great. I'm using a Mac and an iPhone. The apps work with Mac and iPhone, work well, work seamlessly. I love this whole setup. I love the system. I love Elgato. I love Elgato. I'm gonna have them linked in the description because that's where you need to go if you're gonna start streaming or creating content. They just get it. I love it. Y'all, you guys are freaking fantastic. Thank you for tuning in. It is Groovy Tony. If you enjoyed this, if you found it informative, if you want more, if you have questions, right? Like, subscribe, share, but also leave a comment below. Let me know what you're thinking, what's on your mind. Do you have questions on something I didn't cover, or did I cover something too much, or whatever you want. Let me know in the comments, y'all. Y'all are freaking awesome. Again, like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys next time.